I would like to call this meeting to order. This is the Keep Laredo Beautiful Board of Directors meeting. Today is Tuesday, June 7th, 2022 at 4:42 p.m. at 619 Reynolds Street at the City of Laredo Environmental Services Department. May I have the roll call, please? Ms. Sutton won't be here today, so who will be administering the roll call?
I believe it would be you.
Okay, do I have an attendance sheet? Of the new,
Yes, you will.
Tracy King, President. Jean Belmares, Vice President.
Present.
Jackie Sutton, Secretary. Present. Mayra Hernandez. Kenny Duncan. Javier Alonso.
Present.
Brenda Garcia. Graciela Villarreal. Len Nava.
Here.
And then we have two guests. Your name, please?
Joanna Villarreal.
Henry?
Bianca Brewster.
Okay, this is the attendance for today. All right. Then we have the approval of the minutes from the last meeting. Is there a motion to approve the minutes from the last meeting?
So moved. Even though I was present.
Is there a second?
I second.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. The motion passes to approve the minutes from the last meeting. Citizen communications, is there any citizen here, guest, that would like to make any comment? All right, we'll move on. Discussion with possible action on the following items. Let's see the review and approve and adopt bylaws.
I believe this is the last.
I know that we've been working on for over a
So,
year.
for over a year,
So
right?
it's highlighted the changes. We went over it with legal.
Oh, okay.
So hopefully, if y'all can go over it and see if there's any changes y'all suggest or you might like to make. I do want to mention to y'all under section 3 for article 4. It was, I inputted only a number of amount of virtual meetings per calendar year will be allowed for each board member. That is up to you all to decide if y'all want to set a number or you would like to allow for every board member to have as many virtual meetings as possible as long as there's a quorum.
From experience, I'm just saying, with the LULAC, when we allow like the virtual, it just encourages less presence within. That's just an observation that I've made. I'm not sure if that would affect you, or it just depends how much engagement you want as, present.
I agree. I think that we should allow virtual only if there is like a COVID or
they're
a
out of
need
town.
for it.
If
Right.
they're out of town,
Right.
I can
right.
see them wanting still to participate, but if
Right.
they're in town, unless they're sick with something that's
Right.
extremely contagious, then
I think
it's a miss.
I think we've all made the commitment. I know Jean and I have been here for over a year, and we've made every meeting in person. And I think that everyone, we have, I'm sure other things to do with teach our kids and everything. So I think that we should all make that commitment to be in person.
So we
Unless-
should do virtual if
On
sickness.
extenuating circumstances.
Right, there you go.
Just extenuating circumstances,
But the
and the
bylaws-
board can vote on every circumstance.
No,
Whether to
that's
excuse
fair.
it,
It's up to
you can also have an excuse.
Ruby says that the bylaws mention that we can have virtual, right? Because remember, I thought we had talked about they weren't.
And they
John
didn't
had
go-
mentioned.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I spoke to legal and we're able to do it now, I guess now, because things are changing now that COVID's like here but not really here.
Madam President, but I thought that the whole issue of having virtual meetings was based on the fact that we were still under COVID rules. And that even for city council members and for some of the other boards, they're no longer allowing virtual attendance. They can have virtual meetings, in other words, you can broadcast them, you can, people can join them as guests, but board members had to be present.
I spoke to legal, and Mr. Redondo said that we're able to do the virtual as long as we have a quorum. And then
Right,
it's
and
up
that
to-
was, and that was the other thing, that you had to have a physical quorum.
Yeah, so
That
if
was
we
the
have a
first one.
physical quorum, then we're able to allow that virtual for whoever has a sickness or illness or whatever may be going on.
Got it.
But it's up to our discretion, well, the board's discretion.
Madam President, just the mere fact that we have to have a quorum first and foremost, right? Who would join us virtually if we didn't have a quorum? And you'd have people who already made a conscious decision not to attend,
Yeah.
right? And so I really think that if we're going to maintain a good cohesive board,
Strong board, right?
that physical attendance is required. And virtual, you can attend a virtual meeting, but you can't participate in the discussion if you're not present.
In addition, the board members need to understand that, you know, the commitment is to the community. It's not just to the organization. Because once you sign up for the organization, you're saying, I'm committed to the community to make a difference in anti-littering and beautification, whatever the case may be. And physical presence does not show that somebody's committed. I mean, you know, if they're not here, you don't see the commitment. You understand when people have emergencies and things. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
we all have.
Right.
So that's why I say an absence, you know, it can be excused and then it's not counted against you in terms of presence. But the way to do it is to vote on the actual excuse that is given, and then the board votes on it as a whole. And then that, because what most people will want to do Zoom because they're going to want to attend the meeting so they don't get taken off the board. So, you know, give them that opportunity to come to the meeting, but to stay committed to the board. And I think, like Javier said, I mean, Zoom makes it easy not to come because there's something else happening that you don't want to necessarily miss out on. So you figure you can do it from home and still participate. And that's fine if you're choosing to do that, but it's still physical presence, I think, is definitely important.
How would y'all like to go?
Do you want to do
about it?
like on a basis of depending on like situation, or you were
I mean,
considering
I
I
think,
was hoping to just put a limit on it, cause
a limit on it?
yeah, because I also wouldn't appreciate for nobody to be here and like, oh, let me just do it. Or, like,
Yeah.
I'm always gonna miss, and I'm always, no, I would like a presence.
Okay.
Some sort of cap with
Yeah.
it.
two
I
meetings.
mean, we meet 12 times a year.
I mean, yeah.
Oh.
So it's not.
Yeah.
I mean, two Zoom meetings.
Do y'all wanna do it up to the board? Do y'all wanna remove it, or we put a limit?
Three.
Limit.
Well, I'm for eliminating it, but that's not, this is my
I
personal.
wouldn't want virtual either.
Yeah,
As am I, but again, that's my personal preference, only because
You're here.
I'm so very much old school. I like attending these meetings in
Right.
person and
no,
gets
so,
me out of the
okay, don't
house,
throw it
gets me away
out,
from the
but
office.
limit it to two. Because I really think, well, it's three that you miss and you're off the board, right?
Right.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay.
So, okay.
Or, from what I heard from y'all, we can eliminate it completely, and if you're absent, maybe we can consider that an excused absence, right? Like,
Yes.
counted as a present, do y'all wanna do that instead of?
Yeah, I mean,
virtual?
because there are some, I mean, you know, you're on your way over here and you're in an accident. You can't help that. I mean, so that being counted against you isn't truly fair. Yes, you were absent, but it's because you had to take care of business at that moment.
Right.
So,
So
you
how
know,
many excused absences are okay?
two, shouldn't be more than that.
I know last time there was also, I don't know who was here at last, were you here in this meeting, right? About the, what was the,
To excuse absent, no virtual?
oh, the day also, is that what we're gonna talk about next?
Yeah, we're
Wait,
talking
okay.
about it too.
Okay.
No virtual?
No virtual, I mean, you could attend
Yeah.
the meeting virtually, but it will not count as an,
As an attendance.
as an
Yeah.
attendance, right?
Yeah, if you want to just
Just-
be in the loop, then yes, but it won't count as attendance.
So only if, like say if I'm out of town, but I still want to join in July, I will be marked absent, but my presence will be there?
And it'll be an excused absence.
It'll be an excused absence. I mean, now, if you're out partying in Cancun, Tracy, well then, I don't know.
No plans. I've been here, present, physically present for a year, more than a year. So it's up to you all, what do you want? Do you want to eliminate it completely?
Like, I know it sounds a little rough putting that cap on, but I think it just solidifies, the presence
I
just to
agree.
solidify, yeah.
The presence is important.
I think we can all commit to an hour once a month. You know,
And there's only 12 meetings a year, when you think
that's
about
my
it.
opinion.
So,
I agree.
so then, Madam President, I would make a motion that we strike from Article 4, Board, Section 3, the language revolving around regarding virtual meetings. So that board members cannot meet virtually, but may attend and be counted as excused absence.
Is there a second to that motion?
I second the motion.
All those in favor, say aye.
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 All those opposed, same sign. Okay, the motion passes.
Madam President, and I would make a second motion that we add to the same Article 4, Section 8, on the removal of members, that the board members shall automatically forfeit their appointed position for failure to attend 3 unexcused meetings in 1 calendar year. Board members are allowed a maximum of 2 excused absences per calendar year.
2 excused. So after the third,
After the 3rd.
Yes.
is there a second?
I second the motion.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Okay, the motion passes.
Okay. And I think everything else was fine, Madam President. I think we looked at when we moved on through this.
So, for excused absences, 2 excused, after the third excused absence, that would be the,
If you have a 3rd, yeah, there is no.
what are the grounds for an excused absence?
I think that's.
I think you just leave it at the
to the
discretion of the
discretion of
board.
the board.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, you vote on it.
But once you get beyond the 2, it's an unexcused absence at that point. And if you have 3 unexcused absences in the calendar year, you're out.
Okay,
And a board member should also call in.
right.
I mean, not after the fact, but prior to the meeting. If they
Mhm.
don't call in prior to the meeting,
That's an unexcused
it's an
absence.
unexcused absence.
That will begin next meeting. Okay.
Quorum.
Quorum. Right now you have, Madam President, I think it said that a third, the board may only act by majority vote of the voting members present at the meeting, especially. What is stipulates a quorum does? I thought we-
Quorum is 1/3 of appointed board members.
Okay.
So if you've got 10, it's 4. If you've got 9, it's 3, so on and so forth.
Yes, so 1/3. Another thing that was mentioned to me, that only board members that have been sworn in, that have taken their oath, are considered voting members. Whoever hasn't, they are not considered voting members, so they are not part of the quorum.
Madam President, but I'm looking for the language in section 4 board. Section 1 doesn't make any mention of quorum. Section 2 doesn't either. And then section 3 says that it will meet unless authorized by city manager or stipulated by law council. The board shall establish a regular meeting schedule unless otherwise authorized by city manager, stipulated by law council. A quorum must be established for a board to conduct any business, and no one can vote, no vote can be taken.
I think it says
once
after
the board-
that.
Okay,
After.
1/3 of the majority of appointed board members constitutes, so voting members.
Which at this point is a member that has taken their
Taking the
oath
oath
and,
and
Yeah.
and been
got
approved by city manager.
So is that something we need to, or we just leave it as if?
So how many board members do we have now?
We currently have 9, not including Mr. Porter. Because he is part of it, but since he's a ex officio.
Ex officio?
Ex officio, so he
You can't vote.
can't vote. So it's 9 without Mr. Porter.
Mr. Porter. I'm going to see him tomorrow. Mr. Porter.
So as long as we have 3, we should be okay.
Yeah, so right now we're good. We have 4 voting members. Now, notice of meetings. We were speaking about last time not having to say it has to be the first week.
First Tuesday.
The
At
first
4:30.
At 4:30.
I think Myra brought up that it to be more, I guess, flexible on Wednesday.
Flexible,
And we
yes.
were just more, I guess we had said that a while back so that it could be just more structured and we just, already have an idea of when we're meeting to work around it. But then that was brought up, like, well, no, what if we're not available that Tuesday or something? Like, you have to have it written in the bylaws, I guess.
Yeah. Maybe we can set it up like it has to be done instead of Tuesday, the first
Week,
Tuesday,
or the
maybe the
first
first
week.
week or the last week, and then from there we can create a doodle and see who's available on what
Does it
days.
already say that in the,
On this changes
it
that
just
I
says
made,
shall meet at least once a month, right?
Yes.
So
Uh-huh.
should that stay that way?
as determined by board members' availability starting June. But I did put in the agenda that we were gonna try to establish a more precise time, dependent on you all, of course.
So, Madam President, I would want to poll some of the guests and see what they think. What's a good day for you all?
During the week is fine, but 4:30 is a little rushed for me because I get out of work exactly at 4:30. So, but I mean, I can come to work, but obviously,
Lynn?
Well, it was always difficult. I mean, there's no doubt. And I know we did it at 5:30, we did it at noon. And noon works, but not for teachers because they only get 30 minutes for lunch.
30 minutes.
I mean, it's like there's not enough time for them to come and
To
go to a
breathe.
meeting. Yeah.
To breathe during lunch.
It's crazy. But it's just hard. It depends on your board. And I would say that part of it, I mean, if you leave it generic once a month, once your board is fully established, you can come back in 6 months and revise. And then get a good feel for your committed board and work from there. Because right now you have a partially committed board. You still have availability for 6 more positions. So, just those 6 people may,
May change the-
may
yeah.
change the dynamic. I mean, in all honesty, and dynamics change every day. So the flexibility is important. But that being said, I think at every board meeting, the next meeting should be scheduled.
Okay.
So we already know when we're gonna meet and everybody can work their schedule around that. And it might be even better to do 3 meetings ahead. So then you're always a quarter ahead. And then if anything occurs, a person can make adjustments. You specifically, because you're the one that will have to make the adjustments.
Yeah, very nice.
Yes.
Madam President, do you remember why we went to 4:30? I mean, I know it worked okay with my schedule. And
Well, me
Duncan's.
and Jackie get out at 4:15, so maybe that was.
Can you go a little later? Could you go?
I mean, I'm off for 2 weeks right now, but, oh yeah, definitely.
So maybe 5 p.m.
5:30.
Bianca?
I mean,
You're fine at 5:30? Well,
Or
you're,
till 6.
you're your own boss over there too, so.
Yeah.
Okay, same thing?
That should work for me too.
And I just also wouldn't want to say it's a certain day, because I know as of me that I have kids that during certain, like my daughter's in basketball season, usually hers would be Tuesdays and Thursdays, and like, oh, I'm not gonna go to the board meeting. So maybe for us to have that flexibility in day, but still say the first week or the last month of, the last week of the month.
The
At
first
5.
week of the month, I think, is better.
It's better.
I agree.
The first week, and then at 5 o'clock, and we just, I guess, agree on a day throughout your emails, or, right?
Oh, how is it? We can do Doodle. Doodle lets everybody select.
You're saying I hadn't heard of that, so is that like an app that we can download,
So
or?
it's a website. I don't know if there's an app or not, but it's a website, and I would send you all an email, and I would select the days and times, and everybody would go in there and select. Hey, you know what? I'm available Wednesday at 5:30. I'm available Thursday at 6. Javier is available Wednesday at 4:45, and then whichever one has the most votes is the
The
day
other times that you'll pick.
that we're gonna have our meeting. Like that it's not biased to, oh, only, well, I'm gonna go more with
We
the
only
times
cater
that-
to one, yeah.
Yeah, it's for everybody, and this is, hey, this is the time that we're gonna meet, that's the time that everybody's available. I'm sorry you can't make it, but that's the time we're going with.
So
Or the
doodle,
date.
so doodle me.
That's so good.
That sounds reasonable.
I just,
Yeah.
I hope
So-
that we can come up with something like today,
Uh-huh.
because I know
Yeah.
since 2020 that I got sworn in 2 years, and you know, every month that we've been meeting and everything, this is always a topic of conversation. So, and I know, and the new board members come in, and every meeting that I've been to in these 2 years, this is something that comes up, so I'm like, hey, let's already, you know, establish something, so that
So,
it won't be so confusing to new board members, so that when new board members come in, we're like, okay, these are the days we
This is
meet,
what it is.
this is the schedule, yeah.
So Madam President, what I suggested that we leave it like this loose, but make it a goal of the board and more so the executive director to kind of guide us towards the first week of every month and at 5:30. Kind of make that our preferred hour and our preferred day be that first week of every month.
5:30.
And that way
5:30?
it gives everyone time who, you know, who maybe gets out right at 5
Yeah.
o'clock to get here and not be rushed. And so as far as the language in the articles go, I think it's fine.
It's fine.
Just to leave
Oh.
it
Yeah,
what it is.
it's fine. I don't think the motion
Okay,
needs to be made.
perfect.
Mhm.
Okay, that's just noted to self, awesome.
Okay, perfect.
Madam President, I think that's all I see
That's all
that
I see too.
in terms of the changes that we asked for and that we had legal clear already, so we're ready to go to adopt these, I think.
We're like back and forth and reenacting.
Madam
it.
President, I move that we accept the articles of incorporation and bylaws as changes have been made and as they've been discussed and presented to us. So that, unless Jean, I'm gonna have to spell it all out.
No, I second your
Is there a
motion.
a second? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. No objections, the motion passes. Unanimously.
Okay, the next thing in our packet, I'm gonna go over it with you all, I don't know if this is specifically more for the new board members. I don't know if for the previous board members before I was here, if this was already provided to y'all. I'm gonna go over it, and this is KTB's, board member packet for board members from KTB, okay? So, I would appreciate it if you all could, fill this form out. It's a board member, committee member profile. I'm gonna create a file for each board member for our records. And this document pretty much states what is expected from you as a board member. I'm on page 11 right now. I just want to make sure everything on this one, on the new board member packet. It gives you your objectives, the mission as an affiliate for KTV, your responsibilities, how many board meetings are gonna be held, which we just went over in our bylaws. And the term, which is 2 years, with the eligibility for reappointment for 4 terms. So you all are able to, once your term ends, you have another 4 terms in order to continue with KLB if you like. Next, of course, it tells you the role as a chairman and committee member. Next, for those of you that don't have this or are unfamiliar to being a part of a board, it just tells you a little bit of table of motions and what each one means. That's the same. Here it also notifies you that as a board member, you will be evaluated every fiscal year for your participation as a KLB board member, your attendance to events, your contribution and your performance. Contribution, of course, is not needed in your performance as a board member. On the next page, you'll see how you'll be evaluated. I removed membership. We forgot to remove donation and sponsorship. That is not needed as well. Time donated is how much time you are available to us during events, during other meetings or as such, and then your performance. At the very last page, it shows trainings and programs that KTB offers and the programs that us as Keep Laredo Beautiful have to participate in order to meet our affiliate goals. And it just gives you a little bit of everything, which is the Great American Cleanup, the dates, and for all of that. So that is for everybody to keep. And of course, I would just ask for everybody to return to me page 10. I don't know if this was already provided to you all before. Yes, okay, awesome.
So we already did it, you don't turn it in?
No, if you already did it, you don't need to turn it in. But you know what, I would appreciate if you did because I couldn't find your documents. Okay, so yes, for everyone.
Can you
yes,
check also
boxes,
the term, like I know that
yours was extended.
it was extended, right?
Yes, and I think it says in the bylaws for you all.
That it was extended because of
Yes.
the, I think we lost some time, yeah. I just don't know when the end date.
I think you'll
Yeah,
be
this is
March
the 10 we want to
2023.
do on it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. I need a verify.
No, yeah, don't worry.
I told Honey, either we do it in option or we do it over here. But if you told me because I already did when you were
Do you want to do it at the intro when there's a section? Okay.
Next, we have our, this is a contract as you, my board members, will keep Laredo Beautiful board members, pretty much everything that we just went over from what KTB expects from y'all as a board member for the affiliate. This as well, you can keep, everything is there. Also, us being a member of KTB affiliate and then also as a city of Laredo board, where we have both ordinances and rules that we need to follow and go by, which all of that is included in this board manual. It was something that Blasita had been working on. Me and Ashley finally got to finish it today. So this is for y'all to keep. And at the very last page, this is just your agreement to you all, agreeing that you're gonna do your very best to, serve and volunteer for Keep Laredo Beautiful.
We're not gonna do our very best, we're gonna do our bestest.
So then we would just have to change the 9 to 10, right? Because we voted for only 2 absences, right? I would attend a minimum of 10 out of 12 board meetings per year. We switched that, right? Because that's what we agreed on.
Yeah, because there's still, if you
2
have,
excused absences.
it's 2 excused absences, but if you miss 3 consecutive or 3 unexcused, you're out. So it's basically 9. We're
Okay,
probably
so you
turning
can
it
be,
Yeah.
okay.
So we'll leave that as an aspect. And once again, that is for y'all to keep. I would just like for y'all to return to me the last page, which is page 12, so I can put it in your folder. Y'all can go over it. I don't know if y'all want some time, if y'all have any questions on what is stated there.
So are we motioning, are we passing a motion for any of this packet that we're signing and the other one?
Yes.
The Laredo Beautiful packet?
Yes, for y'all to just, that everybody's in agreement to what is expected from you all as a board member of Keep Laredo Beautiful.
As a board? Or as an individual member?
Yeah, as an individual member.
Which is basically signing this form here.
Yes.
Okay, do I have a motion to approve the board member agreement for individual board member that was provided to us?
So moved, Madam President.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
It said so moved. Madam
Okay,
President.
do I
Sorry.
hear a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. And then establish a meeting schedule. Is that what we
Which we did
already?
already.
Yes, we did.
You did that right.
Yay.
Okay, so we didn't really have to, create a motion for that because it's already on
It's
the
already-
way. Okay.
Mhm.
All right, so now the staff reports.
Okay, I would like to quickly introduce to you all, and very back we have Oscar Medina. He's a volunteer, he's here for the summer and he's gonna be helping us out. I'm sure most of y'all have heard about Oscar Medina, right?
Oscar's Cleanup Club.
Yes.
Very long time ago, but
Yes.
I went to university, well, don't have time to continue with it. I do plan on it.
anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, he'll be out there this summer.
You'll be
Yeah.
volunteering and it's great to have you here and still, doing your best for the community.
Always.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Oscar.
I was at TCQ working that year that you got announced.
Oh, yeah.
Did you move on?
Yeah, it was
That was
2012, 2013?
2013, I think.
2015. Yeah.
Awesome.
That was it.
Yes, so glad to have him here and to be helping us this summer. The more help we can get, the better. Okay, and then I would also like to introduce our new board members. We have Ms. Lynn Nava and we have Javier Alonso. Our new board members, how I mentioned, they got sworn in today, so we also have not present Ms. Brenda Garcia and Graciela Villarreal. Ms. Graciela Villarreal did reach out to me, mentioned she is out of town for work, I believe, and Ms. Brenda Garcia scheduling conflicts, so we're still we also have two guests, which is Ms. Bianca Brewster, should be joining us soon, hopefully, and Ms. Joanna Villarreal that's still considering it. She wants to feel the flow. Okay, so that's that, and now I'm gonna go to our activity reports. I think we mentioned some of these this last time, but we included it here for May. If y'all like to just go over it. A little bit of what we did some cleanups, we have the household is hazardous waste collection with environmental. What we did this time, because usually environmental hostesses it alone. I said, you know what, there's other affiliates that also host events. It would be great for us to put it together as us doing it together as KLB and environmental, and we did that, and that's going to help also with our reports and grants that I'm hoping to apply for in the future. Then we have some site visits. Oh, and then KLB is also going to be participating in Environmental Summit, which hopefully will happen around September, October. I think they mentioned
It's
it's
usually
usually when it
October.
It's
happens.
usually in November.
October, November, sometimes. Yes.
Somewhere around there.
It was in October, and it's also been held in November, but it's usually
When I was here, it was
October.
November.
But it's
Maybe October.
I mean,
No.
So KLB is going to be a part of that, which is good. We're going to be able to go out there. They're going to be able to get to know us, part of the community at the moment. So hopefully I'll also be able to present.
That meeting's tomorrow, right?
I think so. This is so much. So yeah, we did that. We didn't post this one on social media, but we went to United High School. We had a career day job fair thing that was really nice. It was different. We had so much fun that I forgot to take pictures. And on the back, there's just some other notes. Coca-Cola reached out to me and Smile Magic, and they'll be donating for our next 2 KLB events. KLB received a $500 gift card from HEB. For in the future, when we plan to have our tree planting, hopefully around September is what we're looking at. I need to get together with council and see who's willing to assist. And Miss Lizzie Hinojosa is still doing stormwater in murals around town. She just finished the one in North Central Park. I don't know if y'all have seen it. It looks pretty nice. The next one she's going to be working on is going to be in District 7. She wanted to put one in each district. I think we have 2 more districts left in order to complete that goal. She's doing it as a volunteer work. Besides her volunteer work, we have her mini sculptures that we are currently working on with her that are going to be placed around North Central Park. Currently, we're looking between 3 or 4, depending on the price she gives us. We should also be having a ribbon cutting ceremony for the Big Lady of the Water there on San Isidro soon. So once I get a date, I will of course invite you all who would like to attend for the ribbon cutting ceremony. And then we're currently working on 2 grants. Both of those are like a biannual grant, so at a certain date it closes off. I did email you all requesting some information, which one of those grant is requesting all of the board members' names, address, phone number, everything. Did I miss something? Oh, also Dr. Marte is going to be giving us some money because he wants a mural in North Central Park. Kind of like that last one they placed, it's going to be on the other
On
side.
the spillway?
Yeah, on the spillway. So it will be on the other side, currently working on an RFQ. I just need Mr. Porter to go over the language and approve that, and we should go ahead with that. And so that is what's going on right now. Hopefully you all got to see this. We forgot to print it for y'all, but these are our upcoming events. I also mentioned here we have a presentation at TAMU for the little summer camp they got going on June 21st. But any of these y'all can more than welcome to join us. Unfortunately, I saw that last year, Basita got to invite you all to the conference because it was virtual, but there was no funds left. And originally Ashley was gonna go with me, but she can't go anymore. So I invited somebody else from the department to go with me. The board told me to invite whoever helps me out the most, and environmental is really helpful, and the guys are always out there with me at 5 a.m. Participating. So Woody will be going with me to this for the conference.
When is the conference?
It is June 27th through the 29th. And our next cleanups are 17th, 18th, and 22nd. For the 18th, that is a concerned citizen reached out to me, and she was that the area there on Adams Crossing is really dirty, and it's because it pertains to HOA, not really the city. So I said, well, if the HOA approves, then I can go out there and help y'all. So that's why we're doing that cleanup at the Divine Mercy area. Mm-hmm. Everybody's familiar with the area? Yeah. Okay. So that will be one that we'll be doing outside. I thought it was going to be something small, but I saw that UISD shared it. So it might be a little bit bigger than I expected.
The community service hours are important.
Yes.
Madam President, so this is in Antlers Crossing or across the street where Divine Mercy is?
The way she mentioned it on the flyer, it's all like
It's the whole area.
the whole area.
Where are you going to set up as your...
Huh?
So in the detention ponds with the anthills?
Everything.
Yeah, everything
All that
there, all that area, the park, the park, the church, and all that, that's there, all of this.
I want to say that the council member, Madam President, has already accepted those detention areas.
Yeah, I think they're in the process of, they're still in the process, it's not his yet.
So in that case, we could approach Pat Murphy over at San Isidro, because they're not part of the HOA, they're part of the developer. The developer still has control of those.
Yeah.
The HOA would be inside the four walls of the Antlers Crossing, the neighborhood.
Yeah, I know. I think I already reached out to the HOA from that area, and they said that they approved that it's theirs. Technically, it's still theirs. That part. So and we searched it, and yeah, it belongs to San Isidro.
San Isidro Management.
North, yeah, northeast.
Right.
So are you gonna be working out of the church? Where are you setting up? Tent
We're gonna
and?
set up tent and everything at church.
Okay.
Yeah.
And also
Because
there's
they're getting.
there's a memorandum of understanding, so we can use the price of that.
Yeah.
So that was
Yeah,
something
because you're
already-
gonna, and two, I mean, I would ask the church to open up the hall.
Yeah. Well,
Because it's gonna be hot, and the only thing that you're gonna have when you come in from outside after working is, you don't even have to be working, you just have to be standing outside. You need to hydrate and cool off.
yeah, I think the church is going to be helping us,
Okay,
and they're
good.
going to be providing volunteers as well.
Okay, perfect. And that's on the 18th.
Yes, yes. And I know, I think, I had 2 people mention to me that they were going to, 2 board members that were going to be able to attend 2 of the cleanups, or 1 of the cleanups.
I'll be there.
I think Modest, I think Miss Myra also said she'll be there for one of
Yes,
them.
Dr. Marcus.
Yeah.
Oscar,
Yes.
you joining us? I knew you would.
Yeah.
The primo de primos. I missed them all. They're already all
I
grown
know.
up.
Both of them.
I know.
And that's it from our behalf. Do y'all have any questions for us, or anything that y'all may have questions for?
I was gonna bring up
Staff.
something for future potential collaborative efforts. So today I got off a meeting with Southwest Key. I think you guys have worked with them
Yes.
previously. So their goal for I think 2023 is beautification and cleanup of our community. So they have the youth program leadership that kind of participates in that. I think it'd be great to connect them again. I don't know how long ago you worked with them.
Very recent. We're still working
Oh,
with them
okay.
actually, because they see, the thing is that they like to more just ask us for stuff.
Okay, I kind of.
Yeah, and they don't
Yeah.
really include us, so we
So
let
they're more of
down.
a donation. Yeah.
Yeah, they're more. They come to us more for
For
donations,
donations. Oh,
than
okay.
actual like, yeah.
Volunteer with them.
Yeah.
But you can utilize their youth leadership program and create a cleanup that assists them in youth building, character building,
Yeah.
leadership building, and turn it around, use the numbers, and get an area beautified with their hands.
Yeah, well, they do provide us their numbers, and we use them
Right.
as well. So we let them do their thing as long as they provide us numbers so we can use it. So we give, you give, we all get.
Reciprocal effort, definitely.
So yes, we're working with them, and yeah, currently I think they're still painting some walls, right?
Right.
At a area, yeah. That's all from you guys. Anybody?
Okay, new programs, projects?
Yes, I want to go back. I think there was a miscommunication last time when I mentioned I want to have a Keep Laredo Beautiful Day. Not like a small thing. I want it to be like kind of like a big thing. Where
Like
we,
recycles, yeah.
yeah, like where we recognize our volunteers as well. As I mentioned last time, I see other affiliates, they recognize their volunteers, and that makes them want to continue coming and volunteering and participating. I want to do that as well, because it's gonna help us. Hey, you know what, I like it because I get recognized. You know, some people do it for that reason, other people do it because they like to do it. But I would like to have that, and it's something that I want to set in motion. We can do it like a cleanup, or we can have it like as a cleanup or.
The yearly cleanup, right,
Yeah.
the day.
Yeah, and but for it to be a KLB day,
And that has to go through mayor, right, as a proclamation and.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have to get a proclamation done, you're going to get all of the council members there, you're going to want to create a good relationship with media, which you and I have already talked about. KGNS and Gray Media are willing to be our partners. So we just have to develop a memorandum of understanding so that we can work together and promote everything that we want and make sure that they understand too what they need to do on their behalf. And then you will be able to promote it grandly with Gray Media.
yeah, I think this is something I do want to work closely with you all so we can get together and do that. And as I did mention also last time, for those of you that weren't here, I've had so much help so far from Task Force Legion from Puerto Rico and I forgot what's the other states. And they've been the ones that have been coming, and I have at least 70 volunteers in each event, and it's all, most of them are from the Task Force Legion that have been, the National Guard that have been helping me out. That's where my volunteers are coming at right now. But once they've completed, or once they go and they switch them, I don't know if I'm still gonna have that same amount of volunteers.
Right.
So I would like to recognize them, and if others see that, maybe they'll still want to continue helping out.
Do you know where mission completes?
Some of them are gonna start leaving at the end of September.
Oh.
Yes.
So can you make copies of the events, or do we have that?
No, I forgot to print it out, but I can give you a copy, of course. I am gonna meet up with some of them. They do have their own cleanup, which is at Lake Plaza Blanca. I made an agreement with Lake Plaza Blanca. I'm gonna try to go in there at least 2 to 3 times a year and help them out. So that's a time that I'm gonna see them. I don't know if we want to do something for them before they leave. I think they said that some of them, they're gonna leave, but new ones should come. But I want them to continue coming to KLB to do their community service hours instead of other organizations, because they were doing it at, what's that animal place?
The animal care shelter?
Yes, the animal
care
shelter.
services.
They were doing it at the animal shelter, but some of them were trying to do it here, but since there was nobody available for a while, they weren't able to. Once I came on board, they really started volunteering, and they really enjoyed coming. And if they're going to continue bringing more people, I would like them to continue coming here than, those, like all the other nonprofits there is, the food bank. And
All
all
798 of them?
that. Exactly. I would like them to
see volunteers at the center.
see, there you go. I actually just lent out some volunteers to, what's her name? The one from the farmer's market. She asked, they needed volunteers, so I was like, yeah, you know what, I have some volunteers, and they went ahead, and I was like, I like to take care of my volunteers, but here, I'm gonna lend you some. So I want to continue taking care of them, and that's something that Mr. Porter mentioned to me that I would have to address with you and see what we can do for our volunteers.
It's part of every board training. It's well known. It's recruitment and recognition and retainment. Those are the things.
So I would like to recognize them. And of course others, because I would also like to recognize Miss Hinojosa, their children.
yes.
Their children have been doing the murals, the inner murals, and I would like to recognize them as well. From us, for everything that they've been doing, it's volunteer work. And
Are there any camps? I remember how you used to do those camps. Are there any of this?
I don't know.
You used to always do them.
I know. I used
So
to.
I'm like,
I did a lot.
we did them at that,
Holding, and a holding is just all, I don't know what
Oh,
they're doing.
yeah.
It's
No,
scary over there, I don't know.
We used to do them there. Is there anything for kids this summer that?
I know that there's
there's a lot of camps.
Tammy U has camps,
Yeah, well, that's the one we're gonna go
Right.
and do a presentation at
And
Tiny.
LCC has camps, and I don't know if the Environmental Science Center is having them anymore, because
Yeah.
Tom left. They are, they
We
started?
have to, I'm the new director for the emergency.
Oh, okay, that's excellent. Well, see, that's, I mean, and that's a good tie-in, because, I mean, Earth Day and everything, we
Yes.
did there. It's, and it's awesome, because the facility is set up for
Yeah,
that.
and we're remodeling, so we're closing in October.
Uh-huh.
They're giving us $3.5 million to renovate the
Oh
facility.
my gosh, that's wonderful.
I'm just hoping that the new president is on board and won't come in like slashing stuff out. But I'm just like trying to like stay away for a while until everything gets approved.
You're right.
So we're gonna be closing down in October, and we'll be down for like a year and a half to 2 years.
Wow.
Because we're gonna be, the living lab, everything's gonna get redone. Our plumbing, new pumps, the new.
Hallelujah.
That's
And-
great.
Because
Yes.
it was time.
We're getting also a pavilion for small events, for
That's
100
excellent.
people.
Is it gonna be in the back?
It's gonna be where the, right
Where the
next to.
pavement center is?
No, where the deer is at right now, like at the other end.
Right,
of
where the
ours.
butterfly area is?
Yes, in the front.
Mhm.
Yeah, we're knocking that down and doing a pavilion for small events, because we also wanna, I still have yet to meet with the new president to see what she wants for me to do with the center. Like, if she wants me to be bringing in like a monthly kind of like monies, that way, or as
Right.
are we just still gonna be like kind of like more with the flow and just, like I want direction still, I mean, cause I can go either way. But, I'm still gonna try to make as much
Right.
money as I can. But, well, what's gonna happen if we make too much money too, so I don't wanna.
Yeah, you guys,
So it's like I'm still up in the air.
that's awesome. That's
But
awesome.
yeah.
Excellent. Now I wanna make bird feeders for the trail.
Oh, we're having a walk-in aviary.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. See?
New things,
Me and the
exciting
birds.
things.
Well, and I've been wanting to go out there, I just haven't had a chance. Crazy.
I think that's it. And there was one more thing. I don't remember what it was, guys, so that's it for today.
But don't worry, we'll have phone calls to make, and then we'll come back to you and say, oh, guess what?
So items for the next meeting that we would like to incorporate, do you want to already set up, right, the meeting for next month so that we're on the same page?
Yes.
Let's do that.
July 10th, I'm leaving to Chicago, so 11, 12, 13, I won't be available, so it'll have to be the first week of July if you all can.
We can do.
Obviously
So
not
the
July
first week
4th.
of July, can we do the first week of July?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Anybody wants to choose a day?
Anyone? Not Monday, right?
No,
Because
yeah,
y'all are
Monday.
supposed to.
Yeah, we're closed.
Wednesday, give you time to prepare.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think Wednesday would be a lot better because we have a cleanup on Tuesday and might be all sweaty and
Wednesday, I would have, it would have to be after like 6, but Thursday I can.
What about Thursday, guys?
Thursday.
Thursday I'm
Fine by
available.
me.
Everybody? Thursday, July 7th?
Thursday, July 7th. That would work for me.
Yep, that works. Wednesday or Thursday, either one works. Friday does not.
Okay, we're gonna do tentatively Thursday, July 7th. If there's any changes, I'll let you all know.
We said 5:30?
Yes, we're gonna go with 5:30, everyone?
Okay.
Yes?
It's good.
Exactly.
Great meeting, thank
Are we
you.
going to be discussing any items for, or, having a
Maybe
schedule
call
for
you with
that, or-
items, if we come up with something, I mean, off the top of my head right now.
Okay.
Just finally approve our bylaws.
That's done.
It's done.
Yeah,
Okay,
that was done today. So
okay,
That was done.
perfect.
Very good.
It's done.
Okay, we're good with that.
Maybe we should talk about, a back to school initiative or project or
Mhm.
Yeah,
something
we-
for the kids
We do
in
have some.
August, because we start, I think, I'm not sure because I don't think the LASD calendar has been approved, I don't think, but I'm not sure.
I actually got to get together with city council's support staff and got together and see what areas are concerned for cleanups, and we did a schedule ahead for that, like that we can start getting together with the counselors for the students to be able to attend those events. So we are gonna have, so far we have 2 back to school.
I'm just curious, and I know, because it's my district, right? I think my district is moving to District 3.
In August,
I
yes.
spoke- In August, it's gonna be District 2. So Concord Hills, that's District 3, right?
August 22nd, everything went to.
Because I was just, I don't know if that part, because that was a debate on Facebook and online, but I'm not sure if that park belongs to the city.
Which part?
Concord
No,
Hills
it
Park.
belongs to them. It's not a city
Yeah,
park.
it's not a city,
Yeah,
it belongs to the
it's-
See, I
developer.
didn't know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Plus, it's part of that whole drainage way that's
Yeah.
down there belongs to the Webb County Drainage District.
That's good to know.
It's,
But it's not a city
And
park.
their board will work with us.
Good to know.
To do, I mean, we could put in butterfly gardens and a lot
Well,
of
because
different
there's
things.
graffiti all over the parks. That park is just, I mean, I see it every day and,
Yeah,
and
we
it's.
can still work on something,
You can
because I
work
pass
together
by
with
there
them.
every day. There's
I
a
mean,
bunch
they'll-
of graffiti and
Well,
it's.
yeah, absolutely, I
Okay.
mean, if there's something you can put in,
And
if you'd like, you
Leticia.
can put it in as an
Because-
item and we can schedule
Well, we manage their
something.
website, so.
She needs to
when I
meet
see
the
them
grants
on a
and the
regular
grant for graffiti, she needs to do work for graffiti.
Yeah,
And that's
graffiti.
what we're gonna do something in our center for graffiti, so she can be able to.
basis. You gonna put graffiti or you wanna?
No, there's graffiti, but we need to clean it up, and in order for her to apply for the grants, she needs to see all that work. For the grants, for the cleanup, for
I
the
should see
beautification,
pictures
for
of all
the
that
arts
and-
and stuff, she needs to have
Who's she?
previous history.
Me.
Oh,
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
I'm like, oh, wait, wait.
It's a lot of money when it comes to cleaning up graffitis.
Right.
Yeah,
Yes.
because it is,
Especially getting
it's
the-
more than a one-day event. From what I spoke to artists, and they told me that it's something
It's
that's
multiple days.
a multiple-day
Weeks,
event.
sometimes.
Yeah.
I know just that was a debate online and I was really curious about.
You should also ask Alan Gindig
Oh,
to
yes,
do,
he's a friend of
to do
mine.
to do a mural.
He graduated.
He's
from
wonderful.
Center, yeah. He is wonderful.
He really is, he's good.
Okay, so is there a motion to adjourn today's meeting?
I move that we adjourn our meeting.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, motion passes. The meeting has been adjourned for today.